Following the success of Godzilla vs. Kong in 2021, Legendary Television suggested a live-action spin-off series based on Godzilla's vast footprint. Apple TV Plus negotiated and finally won the auction for the MonsterVerse project in January 2022, giving it an immediate green light. Beginning with Godzilla in 2014, Legendary's MonsterVerse currently includes 4 films, including Kong, Skull Island, Godzilla, King of Monsters, and of course, Godzilla vs. Kong. This is the 6th part of the MonsterVerse. Today, we're delving into the fascinating realm of the Monarch legacy of monsters. As we learn about these legendary MonsterVerses, prepare to have your heads blown. So, what's a MonsterVerse? It's the cinematic universe of iconic movie monsters controlled by studio Legendary Entertainment. Legendary Entertainment's MonsterVerse is an epic entertainment universe of interconnected stories that unite popular culture's most titanic forces of nature. Witness humanity's greatest battle for survival as we fight for our world in the face of a catastrophic new reality. The monsters of our myths and legends are real. The MonsterVerse is about to grow with the approaching release of the new Apple TV Plus series, MONARCH, Legacy of Monsters. The series takes place in Legendary Pictures and Warner Bros. Shared world, which includes Godzilla, King Kong, and other well-known monsters. This MonsterVerse began in 2014 with the revival of Godzilla, which brought the King of Monsters back to the big screen after a decade-long absence. Legendary Pictures also obtained the rights to King Kong, putting the enormous gorilla in the same world as Godzilla in Kong, Skull Island. Since then, the MonsterVerse has expanded with 2 more films, including a Godzilla King Kong crossover and an animated series. The brand is now ready to launch its first live-action series. Monarch will feature Godzilla and other giants, but whether King Kong will appear is unknown. The most intriguing element of the program is that it will finally go thoroughly into Monarch, the shadowy organization portrayed in each film. Viewers believe Monarch is a government agency secretly studying monsters for decades. Monarch, a top-secret scientific organization, is devoted to uncovering the secrets of huge monsters that have wandered our world for generations. They're the custodians of the Monarch monster legacy. However, many specifics about the organization and its individuals remain unknown. Given the time Monarch has been in operation and the sensitive information it manages, it appears there's a larger story at work. With Monarch Legacy of Monsters, Apple TV Plus is getting ready to dig deep into Monarch's mysteries. Here's all we know so far about the MonsterVerse series. The first glance of Godzilla has fans ecstatic, as the image depicts a large, fearsome, and scaly monster screaming with its whole chest, much to the terror of the entire city. According to the last 3 images, the crew shows our protagonist, Anna Sawai, may be staring at the monster. The last 2 photographs feature Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell as older and younger versions of Army Officer Lee Shaw. So, when is the arrival of Monarch Legacy of Monsters? There is no set release date for Monarch Legacy of Monsters. However, Apple TV Plus has revealed its official title and a few first-look photos, implying that a release date and trailer are coming. The streamer's delivery date of early 2024 seemed likely. The new series stars Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell as father and son. The Russells will portray the elder and younger versions of the same character, Army Officer Lee Shaw, in the series, which spans 50 years. Kurt Russell is most recognized for his early work in films like The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and Tango and Cash. But he most recently appeared as Ego in Marvel's What If animated series, Mr. Nobody in F9, The Fast Saga, and Jolly Old Saint Nick in both the Christmas Chronicles films. Wyatt Russell, his son, was a significant scene stealer in the 2018 horror thriller Overlord, and had been steadily advancing his career since his debut appearance as an orphan boy in his father's 1996 film Escape from L.A. Kiersey Clemens, Dope, and Anders Holm, Workaholics, have both been announced to have joined the cast, with Clemens portraying May. Holmes' function is yet unknown. Joe Tippett, mayor of Easttown, will also play a character named Tim in this production. Tippett recently performed in Spirited, a Christmas comedy musical, and Mr. Harrigan's Phone, a Stephen King adaptation. Mari Yamamoto will play the role of Keiko. The Japanese actress contributed to the writing and worked in the continuity department for the recent drama series Tokyo Vice, although she's most recognized for her role as Hannah in Pachinko. Anna Sawai, who played Kate in Pachinko, is another alum joining the cast. Ren Watabe will also appear as a character named Kentaro. Eliza Lasowski, for Sai, will play a character named Duval. Lasowski's character, fluent in 5 languages, French, English, German, Dutch, and Spanish, is shaping out to be one of the more fascinating additions to the ensemble. Monarch: Legacy of Monsters is the brainchild of Matt Fraction and Chris Black, with Black acting as showrunner. Fraction is most known as a comic book writer, having worked on Hawkeye, The Invincible Iron Man, Uncanny X-Men, and The Immortal Iron Fist. Chris Black is most recognized for his work as a writer on hit shows, including Severance, Star Trek Enterprise, and Xena: Warrior Princess. Matt Shakman, best known for directing WandaVision, will direct the series' first 2 episodes. What may be the plot for the new series? According to Apple TV+, the synopsis: following the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that leveled San Francisco, and the shocking revelation that monsters are real, Monarch: Legacy of Monsters tracks 2 siblings following in their father's footsteps to uncover their family's connection to the secretive organization known as Monarch. Clues lead them into the world of monsters and ultimately down the rabbit hole to Army Officer Lee Shaw, played by Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell. And it takes place in the 1950s and half a century later, when the Monarch is threatened by what Shaw knows. The dramatic saga, spanning 3 generations, reveals buried secrets and how epic, earth-shattering events can reverberate through our lives. The synopsis reveals that Monarch: Legacy of Monsters' present-day chronology takes place after the events of Godzilla vs. Kong, as it mentions the monsters' conflict. Furthermore, as previously said, it reveals that Monarch will play a significant role in the series, as the 2 brothers delve further into its mysteries and their families' ties to the organization. Given the scenario, it's plausible that these nameless siblings are the progeny of a prior character in the franchise. However, it remains to be seen how these people and the tale fit into the movie. While the narrative appears to mostly be a quest for answers, one of the first-look photographs does depict Godzilla on the loose. It's comforting to know that besides the narrative of Monarch and the family at its heart, the series will feature some monster mayhem. For watching the previous MonsterVerse movies, here's a quick outlay. Godzilla, released in 2014, is the most current Godzilla revival. This film focuses on how the apex predator awoke from a slumbering state deep beneath the ocean off the coast of Japan in the 1950s. Bryan Cranston, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ken Watanabe, and Elizabeth Olsen feature in the 2014 film. You can watch this movie on Max. Kong Skull Island, released in 2017, but is set in 1973. The second episode in the MonsterVerse tackles the impact of the Vietnam War and how the bombs awoke a previously dormant species of huge reptiles on a secluded island in the South Pacific Ocean. These reptiles wiped off all except one colossal gorilla, Kong. This film features Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, and Jinx Young. You can watch this movie by renting on Amazon Prime Video. Godzilla, King of the Monsters is the sequel to 2014's Godzilla and continues the world's discovery that there are additional huge animals known as Titans that utilize cities as their stomping grounds as a result of human actions causing devastation to the Earth. The sequel features Kyle Chandler, Vera Farmiga, Millie Bobby Brown, Bradley Whitford, and Sally Hawkins. You can watch this movie on Max. Released in 2021, Godzilla vs. Kong covers the anticipated fight between Godzilla and Kong. The 2 titans are at odds, only to realize they may have to put their differences aside to deal with a larger threat. Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, and Brian Tyree Henry feature in the crossover picture. You can watch this movie on Max. As fans, we can't help but become engrossed in the Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. The effect of these huge monsters extends beyond the silver screen, with action toys, posters, clothes, and even themed cafes. The fanbase is booming, and we live in a time when monster craziness has taken over the planet. And there you have it, fellow monster fans. The Monarch: Legacy of Monsters is a fantastic realm of fascinating monsters, never-ending fights, and mind-blowing adventures. We hope you liked this in-depth look at these renowned behemoths. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more exciting monster updates. Keep adoring those terrible legends. Till next time. If you liked this video, please like it, subscribe for more movie buffs, and share it with your friends.